Today, 68% of United States adults have a smartphone, up from 35% in 2011. Tablet computer ownership has edged up to 45% among U.S. adults. Us Americans have started to heavily rely on technology as it simplifies our everyday simple tasks that we have to do. As technology advances, we also have to advance. Human nature has only advanced and thrived by changes in creation, and that's why technology was invented to make things simpler for us and to help us thrive as humans. And I believe this coincides exactly with my idea of implementing iPads in Outback Steakhouse Rochester. My name is Alec Anthony, and I've been a proprietor at Outback Steakhouse for 6 years. Recently, we reached number 2 in overall sales statewide in our store, and I'm very proud of us, but I know we can do a lot more. And as a proprietor, once I saw a problem, I knew I had to find the best solution to fix it. And this is one time where I have to. Overcoming internal obstacles as a proprietor and coming out successfully is something that needs to happen for our business to stay at the top shape. And as a Bloomin' Brands employee, I feel that we need to do this 24/7. And understanding the new age and learning to evolve in restaurants is going to be important for us evolving into the type of restaurant that we need to be. The main points on this presentation today are on the overall problem, which is efficiency, the possible solutions, and the positive and negative effects that will derive from this solution, the necessary solution, which is implementing iPads in our Outback Steakhouse Rochester restaurant, and the examples of success from implementing iPads in restaurants in general. The overall problem we've been dealing with the efficiency has been customers complaining because servers don't get to them fast enough. They want to place an order, either drinks or entree or appetizers, but they can't do it fast enough because the server's either busy with the other table or running food. And this has become a huge problem lately at Outback, especially on weekends where it's been busier. And the overall customer satisfaction has been decreasing as we know it because we get so many complaints about how customers want to get their order in faster and get their food out faster, and we haven't had enough servers to be able to do this. And it's impossible to satisfy all these needs with the amount of servers we're currently staffed right now. One possible solution that we could implement would be to increase the amount of labor per shift. The positives that would derive from this would be more attention for each customer in the most normal way possible without having to change much. The negatives that would derive from this, though, would be increased laboring equaling a lot less profit. The 20% added labor per shift would add on an average amount of $252 per shift extra going to employees on the average of adding 4 extra servers working at $9 per hour for 7 hours, which is a typical dinner shift. This decrease in annual profits would be over $91,728 in a given year, which would be way too much. The solution would not be worth the amount it would cost to fix the efficiency problem in the best way possible, so this is one solution we couldn't go with. The necessary solution that I believe needs to be implemented in Outback Steakhouse to make us a better restaurant would be adding iPads to each table. This would add a layer of customization for all the customers in a way they've never had before, and it would fix the overall efficiency problem. Customers could just add drinks, appetizers, and entrees to their iPad whenever they wanted, and they would get their food fast. And instead of customers having to wait on servers to come up to their table and take their order slowly while having to work with so many others. And instead of servers, there would just be food and drink runners who can assist the customers with all their needs still. And you still have the basic form of communication between the employee and the customer. The negatives that would derive from this, though, would be the cost, which would be an estimated $21,000 for the addition of all iPads and stands on 60 tables, which is the amount we have in Outback Steakhouse Rochester. But I believe this isn't a negative because it would be down from the additional $91,728 it would be to implement the other idea of changing efficiency by adding 4 more servers per shift. And I believe this is a solution that needs to happen. I will be talking about 2 places that added iPads in their restaurant and made their store more successful, showing that we can do this too. One example is the Chicago Cut Steakhouse, which is an upscale eatery near Chicago River, which is similar to Outback Steakhouse. And according to David Flom, the owner of this steakhouse, they've seen 20% in increased wine sales alone after this switch in technology. And not only did it increase the sales, but they've gotten more positive feedback and increased efficiency from this. The other place, Aubon Pain, which is a cafe bakery all over the United States, has seen extra added revenue per year after adding this in 3 different stores. And they are a big chain with 350 locations nationwide, so it can show that adding this technology in chain restaurants will be successful. And one quote from a customer there was, "It's cool and trendy and the kids love it. It paves the way for other opportunities with applications," and it truly does. So the question comes up, why wait any longer to do this? The future is now, and the statistics don't lie. Making the switch would be extremely profitable and increase customer satisfaction immensely. I wholeheartedly believe, as a proprietor of at Outback Steakhouse Rochester, that this would fit our no rules, just right motto of Outback Steakhouse. With examples of success in other restaurants and our outlying problem, this solution is completely necessary. And based on this evidence, this needs to happen. Thank you for listening.